Hello, everyone. Okay, when it comes to uh, compounding our money, how we view money is going to be the key, right? In case you haven't figured it out, money is money, but everyone views money differently. So, welcome back to the series where we use BAZI to decode the chapters in Morgan Housel's popular personal finance book, The Psychology of Money. So, this is part four of the series, and it corresponds with chapter four of the book, Confounding Compounding. Okay, so let me first start by sharing my screen. Let's put it up. Yep, here we go. Okay, so when it comes to compounding, then the first question is, what on earth are we compounding? Work harder, work longer? I'm not a fan. Okay, but obviously, this is talking about the compound interest we enjoy through investments. The earlier we start, obviously, then the more benefits we get. But what about those of us who start pretty late? Okay, grab whatever we can lah. Get some better than don't get at all, right? Okay, and since we're going to be talking about compounding, each of the 10-day masters' view of money, how our relationship with money, okay, is going to come into the picture. But first, quick 30 seconds, please. Quick intro, right? In case this is the first time we're meeting, my name is Pauline Cheng. Nice to meet you. I'm a Bazi and Feng Shui practitioner, and I use this art to empower, not to disempower. So prior to my pivot, I was in the communications field. Well, I still am. The topic is different, but the medium is the same: writing, content creating, social media marketing, but I've pretty much stopped doing live broadcast producing. So, in the course of watching this series, if you find that I am delivering value and you would like to explore further, my booking link is in the description. So, do note, however, that my focus subject is wealth and career. So let's get back to the topic at hand to show you where we're at chapter four, confounding compounding. So the chapter spoke in depth about Warren Buffett and how he started investing when he was like literally 10 years old. So it also talked a lot about the Ice Age. I'm not going there. Okay, if you're curious, read the book. Let's get to the key takeaways, right? If something compounds, if a little growth serves as the fuel for future growth, a small starting base can lead to extraordinary results. In other words, don't worry that you are not 10 years old. Don't worry that you don't have millions in your investment account. Start small, keep growing the money. So, good investing isn't necessarily about earning the highest returns, it's about earning pretty good returns that you can stick with, and more importantly, which can be repeated for the longest period of time. This strategy is called we stack the small wins, which will require some active participation, of course. When we have a small investment capital, then one way to grow it faster is to learn the process of doing short term investing, such as swing trading. So you hold the stock for about 2 weeks, maybe a month max, but listen, you really need to know what you're doing, okay? Please learn first before attempting. Get the knowledge, learn the process, and most important, learn how to control your emotions, because trading is emotional by nature. Trading doesn't change who you are, it amplifies who you are, which means that in this case, how the day master view or the day master's relationship with your wealth stars are going to come into play. Okay. Now, each of the 10-day masters have a different view. Okay. But again, I stress what I'm sharing here are general rules. There will be exceptions depending on the makeup of the chart. So, an example of these exceptions would be this phrase: never a borrower nor a lender be, except when it comes to the bank. Okay, so for this, I need you to plot your parts chart. I have a link in my video description for you. It's free to use, but registration is required, and you can expect that they will send you cool but entertaining promotion emails. Okay, and disclaimer: terminologies and parts charts in this free sharing are copyrighted materials belonging to Dato Joya and the JY Mastery Academy, of which I am an alumna. So to learn more about the JY Master Academy, please visit joeyap.com. Okay. So let's start with the wood, guys. Okay, the wood day master's wealth element is earth. Earth is about steady accumulation. In Malaysia, we have this phrase, sikit-sikit lama-lama jadi bukit. So, right, it's like a little bit every day, and eventually it becomes a hill. Okay, so and because earth is strongly equated with hoarding, wealth for the wood day master is something to be kept, like land banks. So most wood day masters will not take risks until they feel safe and secure. This is especially true for the Jia who dislike surprises. Okay, you ever heard of another phrase? The apple never falls far from a tree. A tree, the Jia is seen as a tree. A tree drops its seeds nearby, and then years later, from one tree, you've got a copse of trees in that vicinity. Okay, so when it comes to using their wealth star, the Jiawood's focus will naturally be on creating stability and security. Jiawood will first seek to always survey the terrain to understand the conditions. Next, a lot of the Jiawood's focus is also on asset protection to protect your land by managing risk. And the most important for the Jiawood must reinvest your profits to improve and expand your land. So now the faster Yewood Daymaster's view of wealth is something different. It's something new, a new land to be conquered. Imagine again with me. It's like think of a dandelion that sends its seeds out into the wind, flying to new lands. It's still the same plant, but growing elsewhere. Okay, so in business term, it's like taking the same product and applying it into different market. Will all the seeds take root statistically? Nope. Similarly, when we test out new markets, will every idea work? Of course not. But isn't this method called franchising? Replicate what I have, let other people implement it on different soils. So between these two guys, the Yiwood is more likely and therefore more willing to spend money upfront because I have a need to conquer new land. Here, the Yewood's natural gifts of networking and collaboration really comes in handy. Yewood needs to build connections to help you discover new opportunities and gain access to new lands, access to additional resources. Because the Yiwood is always faster than the Jiawood, a Yiwood Day Master can change strategy much quicker. Also, again, because of the natural networking abilities of the Yiwood, it becomes easier for this guy to leverage on other people's resources to expand your financial reach. So, in both cases, since the term land is the metaphor for your wealth, there is a need to acquire a diverse ecosystem of new properties. Just like buying more land, look for new ways to invest and earn money through stocks, real estate, side business, other investments. Okay. For the Wood Day Masters, regardless whether you are Jia or Yi, okay, diversity is the key. Okay, let's move on to the fire, guys. Okay, the pink fire, this one represents the sun. Your wealth star is metal. How hot does the sun have to be to forge metal? Very, very hot. So most pink fire day masters will experience a bit more risk averseness. Okay, because this is like 血汗钱. Every cent I have made is made through blood, sweat, and tears. Easy to take out money? Not that easy, quite painful. So a forge, because a forged metal is like a valuable sword or a this is a valuable sword or a precious gold ring. I need to keep it safe, right? Doesn't this sound contradictory to the Pink Fire's natural generosity? Okay, let me explain. Pink Fire's wealth star is metal. Metal is a tool used to acquire something else. When a bank fire spends money, typically there is an expectation of immediate returns. I buy my friends dinner and I get the pleasure of seeing their joy or being in their company, for example. I pay for a family vacation and I get the pleasure of bonding with them. So, money is a tool used to acquire something else. The weird part is, for some Pink Fire Day Masters, investment is not naturally considered a tool. Note that I said some Pink Fire Day Masters. All right. But once you succeed in shifting that mindset to think of investing as a tool that helps you acquire other things, then the Pink Fire can be the most consistent of investors or traders. When it comes to consistency, no other day master can beat the pink fire. But because the pink fire is such a routine driven creature, there is a need to maintain your financial toolbox, which means you need to regularly review and manage your financial assets. It's like maintaining tools to ensure they remain functional. There's a need to keep making adjustments to ensure your finances are in good shape. So, a Pink Fire Day Master, this one, right, who is educated in the nuances of investing can be a good investor because Pink Fire Day Masters are big picture thinkers to begin with. You have foresight, you can see very far. Easy to see the bigger picture. What the Pink Fire Day Master needs to become a great investor is training on how to see the hidden picture, to consider the nuances behind recent developments. Right? But what about the this guy, the Pink Fire Day Master? Okay, way easier. This is actual flame. Thing fire is an actual fire. So way easier for a thing fire to forge metal because thing fire is real fire as opposed to this one, which is the sun. Where with the thing fire, there is a need to put more tools into your toolbox. If I need an axe, voila, here it is. If I need a scalpel, well, what do you know? Okay, so in order to forge more tools or better tools, okay, a thing fire is resource reliant. To keep the flame burning, I need to have more fuel. Okay, so there is a need for the thing fire to consistently skill. Of course, this applies to everyone, but even more so for the thing fire because a fire literally cannot burn without fuel. But of the two, which one will have less emotional attachment to money? Certainly the thing fire. Because a thing fire has to go all scorched earth to forge that metal. I need to go crazy. Which means that for the pink fire day master, easier way to make money is to use your Thinkfire Rock Wealth Star. In short, equity share. If the stock market is really too risky for your appetite, then find good businesses that you can invest in. Be a silent partner or a co-owner, those types of stuff. Okay. Let's move on to the Earth Day Master. From a Earth Day Master's point of view, well, your wealth star is water. So wealth is something to be pooled or collected. So here again, there is also a focus on accumulation and savings as opposed to spending or investing. Imagine Wu Earth is seen as a big mountain, right? And there's a deep lake in front of it, or better yet, deep lake inside it. Okay. For the Wu Earth, that is financial security. Okay. And because the earth is the least likely to move, because mountains don't move, right? They just sit there. Okay, we need to ensure that this lake doesn't dry up, which means that there should ideally be at least a few streams, and I mean income streams, feeding into that lake. I'm sure a pattern is emerging by now. Most of the Yang Day masters so far will tend to be a little bit more risk averse compared to their yin counterparts. So, because the Wu Earth by itself prizes stability, security, and control, these income streams could also come from a steady but stable source. Example, gains from property investment, rental income, growth investing. Now, guys, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the Jia Bing or Wu Earth Day Masters cannot become traders. Not at all. All I'm saying is Jia Bing Wu Day masters who are novices or newbies at investing will likely find it more comfortable to start by trading the fundamentals first before you venture into the higher risk, higher rewards type of investing styles, such as shorting or using CFDs, those kind of stuff. Okay, so what about the G Earth? Okay, think of riverbanks, lush green riverbank teeming with life, all supported by a flowing river which gives it life. The Earth Day Masters frequently view money as a flow. Therefore, understanding that flow of money is vital. As opposed to Wu Earth's collection strategy, the G Earth's view is more likely to focus on cash flow, maintaining a healthy flow of income and ensuring that money is actively working to support your needs and goals. So, definitely more hands on involvement from the G Earth. If to the G Earth money is a stream going past, then a very natural strategy in Cantonese is called the 抽水 strategy. How to translate 抽水? Okay. Water tax. So actually, okay, in proper English this time, commission-based strategy can also work very well for you. In other words, I facilitate the transfer of goods or services, and as I facilitate, I earn a commission or a margin in return. This could be one possible way for a G Earth to make the flow of income bigger. So as an investor, because of this viewpoint, the G Earth would likely be more attracted to the types of investing that has more rewards risk, higher risk, higher rewards type. But to do that successfully, please, 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 please expand the effort to stay informed of events that could potentially impact your income flow. Better yet, learn to assess how events impact the flow of money so that you are not 100% reliant on news or analysts, because everyone has their own agenda, guys. Don't rely on the news too much. Okay, so in the first half of this sharing, I had made a conscious effort to separate the difference between the Yang Day Master and the Yin Day Master. So for the last two, there are similarities in between. Metal Day Masters, Geng or Sin, their wealth element is wood. Money grows on trees, lah, in other words. Okay? Because wood regenerates, wood can be replanted, which means that for both Metal Day Masters, they will tend to be less risk averse because it's just money, it grows back. Nice, right? Okay. I love borrowing money from Metal Day Masters. No, I don't borrow money. Okay. So don't worry. Therefore, the idea would be for the Geng or Sin Metal Day Master to work around a principle of harvest to create something that consistently yields returns. A little bit visualize it like a farm. Okay. Because of this viewpoint, the Metal Day Masters will likely have a stronger abundance mindset. This goes the same for the Water Day Masters, which we will discuss in the next slide. So the trick for the Metal Day Master is to ensure that the roots are never damaged. It's okay to harvest, but don't damage the core of your business, and grow different crops, plant different seeds. Let's look at your wealth star. One is a tree, the other is a fast growing plant. Between these two, which grows faster? The yi wood, right? So there's a need to balance your farm or wealth ecosystem. You need to grow different crops. On one side, you can grow high yield but slow growing plants like durian trees, says the Malaysian. Okay, for example, this brings in the big bonuses, the big rewards. On the other side, you grow fast growing plants that sustains your day-to-day expenses like vegetables. So, in terms of business, what this creates is the likelihood of a whole bunch of interrelated businesses. So, for example, let's say you're a contractor who specializes in renovations for customers. Then you branch out into supplying furniture or cabinets. Then you branch out some more into landscaping. The core is the same, but branching out. And then because you're watching this video, you think, the ultimate branch out, I go learn feng shui and I offer feng shui services as well. Wow. Okay. So same for your investment technique. Understand fully an entire industry's ecosystem. So let's say that you are interested in tech stocks instead of just buying Microsoft. You want to understand what companies supply to Microsoft, what are the hardware, chip servers, all down the line. Okay, that could be a possible for you, a very natural thing for you to do. Okay, so finally, in for the water day masters, in Bazi there's a saying: when a water day master gets rich, they get really rich. Okay, this is the reason why my wealth is limitless like the sun. Okay, which means that uh, the water day masters are the most adept at juggling a 50-50 portfolio between high risk and slow growth, right? Oh, in case I haven't told you, Warren Buffett is a run water day master. Okay, so as you've seen from earlier in the video, not all the day masters can handle too much risk. Right? Particularly, again, the Jia Wood, Ping Fire, and Wu Earth Day Masters, which means that you gotta be okay not to be first at the buffet if you are Jia Ping Wu. Okay, now again and again, I want to reiterate this is just based on a day master's view of their wealth start. So it's just one point of information in the BAZI chart. Modus operandi or structure of the chart can also influence your view of money. For example, a wealth structure run water will behave very differently from, say, an influence structure run water. We will cover this in later chapters, right? When we focus just on the day master, all we're saying is naturally this person has this particular view of their wealth star. So therefore, Rainwater and Quaywater Day Masters are the ones most naturally equipped to handle a diverse portfolio of risks. Steady and consistent on one hand with the Pink Fire, high risk, high reward on the other. But we need to keep that financial flame going strong, which means that we will need to have a strong financial base, good credit score, savings, budget, right? To keep a fire strong, we need high quality fuel when the opportunity comes. Invest in high value assets. There's strong potential here to get in on the ground floor. And because of that, you may end up benefiting more than those who join the party later. Okay. And because there is a strong potential to get in on the ground floor and being the first at the buffet table, Water Day Masters can be very adept at igniting new opportunities by exploring new ventures, investments, or business opportunities. And lastly, share the warmth. When you make the money, keep a portion aside, invest in other people, right? Share your financial success so that it can create this positive ripple effect. Okay. But again, just because it is in your chart does not mean that you will immediately succeed when you turn your hand to investing. What it means is that you have the potential to be trained to do so. Because someone out there might be watching this video and thinking, I'm a rainwater. Why am I not rich? Okay, now here comes the irony. The stronger the water day master, the more risk averse you become. Because remember, water is equated with fear. Too much water equals too much fear or too much thinking. But can you train yourself to do this? Absolutely. It just requires time and effort invested. Trading is a skill like everything else. It's not about luck. Okay. So, which leads us to, okay, like I said, becoming a successful trader or investor takes time and effort. Same like if you want to become a BAZI consultant. To be good at reading charts, we need to read 100 charts before we can even gain some proficiency. Similarly, for a trader or investor, you need to make at least 100 trades. So please start with paper trades. Okay. So where we invest time and effort is where we will reap rewards. If in watching this, you are already a seasoned trader, then great. Go and acquire more land, build more tools for your toolbox, collect resources, expand your farm to get a bigger yield, ignite new opportunities for yourself. But if you are someone looking to start, and you are serious about starting, I only know one way to build confidence. Start by paper trading. Right now, as I film this video, the market is extremely volatile because on Monday the market went into a crash because Japan raised their interest rates. Right, so this is the best time to learn to read trends and patterns. By you doing it with paper trade, you risk nothing and you learn in the process. Okay, so that's it for chapter 4. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, go ahead, hit that like button. I could also do with a subscriber or two. Okay, if you're looking to reach out, contact links are in the video description. Until I see you again in the next chapter, you have a great day ahead. Bye now.